such an asshole.
HassleConsulting.com. Go there if you have questions and money. Alright. Hi, Aaron. This might be a long run. I'm a 21-year-old man living in Australia, and I'm messaging you because I want to hear your opinionated need to get some shit off my chest. It all started approximately 3 years ago when I became extremely sick with a condition called red skin syndrome or topical steroid withdrawal. I suffered from ensanemia as a kid, and the condition progressed so much that the topical steroids used to treat me made me sicker. I was bedbound basically for close to a year, and even now, 3 years later, I feel like I have been permanently scarred from them on my face and neck. This illness was extremely debilitating, not only physically but mentally. 2 years into withdrawal, and amongst the worst of the symptoms, my girlfriend of 3 years broke up with me. Great timing. I didn't blame her, to be honest. I had become a much weaker, physically repulsive version of myself. In my head, she was the girl I was supposed to marry, as we were high school sweethearts, and our graduating class voted us as the best couple in the yearbook. I lost everything that I had built prior to getting sick. You built nothing. You were a high school graduate. You haven't graduated from high school. There was nothing you built. I mean, you lost your girl, but you haven't built anything. I graduated from high school with grades in the top 2.5% of the country. I was in good shape and working out. I went into law school but was forced to withdraw because I couldn't concentrate and cope with the workload as well as battle this illness. I worked part-time in customer service position for 2 years at a local supermarket instead. It was the toughest thing I'd ever done in my life. It was a battle to get up and face customers with peeling skin and an oozing purple face every fucking day for 2 years. I felt dead inside because I learned to block out all the emotion to survive. My goal went from studying to become a lawyer and marrying my girlfriend to simply not give in the urge to kill myself. To be honest, if Australia didn't make firearms so hard to own, I would have blown out my brains years ago. Up until 2 months ago, I have had 200 bad thoughts a day. Okay, whoa. Are you tracking? Right now, and we'll get to the rest of this email, you sound like the self-pitying cunt. I don't have patience for those people. I really don't. And this, not on top because of the length, this is why I charge you extra. All right? I solve problems. I cannot help people solve problems if you're going to be self-pitying. We're going to get into this later, but you do have mental issues, and you do need to talk to a therapist, all right? I can give you non-psychological, therapeutical, outside, third-party, punch-in-the-arm opinions, okay? But either it's one of two things. You either got a genuine mental disorder or you're this typical fucking American, even though you're Australian, whiny, woe is me, emo, self-pitying cunt. And you can choose. You can stop that if it's not a mental illness. Or if it is a mental illness, then you got to talk to a therapist. But I can't determine that. So you probably should go be talking, if you're counting. It's not that you had that many bad thoughts a day. It's the fact you're counting. That means that you're obsessed with it. And that's not logical, rational, healthy, or sane. So right there, decide. You know deep down inside whether or not you are doing this to get your fix, because some people get off on self-pity. Are you that person? If you are that person, my reaction is, or my advice is, knock it the fuck off. But if this is not like deep down inside, you know you're a self-pitying cunt, and this is something that you try to fight, and you still can't help it, then you need to talk to a therapist. But let's be very clear and delineate now. All right? We don't do, oh, poor you baby here. That's not what we do. That's the therapist. Okay? Here, get your ass, pull up your fucking trunk, son, and go march up that fucking hill. So that's right there. It's one or two. I loathe my existence and the pain it brought. I now work out almost daily, eat healthy, meditate atop to stop feeling depressed. Good, there, that's great, awesome. But I still can't get rid of this feeling of hopelessness and inner despair. I've received psychological counseling, but it didn't help. Yeah, well, go back. I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. Awesome. I locked myself away and occasionally saw my friends during the time I was sick because I couldn't bear them to see me like that. Now I see my friends maybe once or twice a month. Why once or twice a month? Why so infrequently? That's what life is for. I'm currently unemployed and not studying. I have a year of university prerequisites completed and nothing else to show for it. I am emotionally and mentally drained. I feel there's no point in trying anymore. If I was to try, I'd have to go back to finishing university. I was thinking IT and try and get a job. Is it even worth it? I only ever wanted a normal life and have a family, but it's best if I'm not in the gene pool, and no girl would want to marry me anyway. I've experienced the best and worst of... No, you haven't. You have not experienced the best and worst of life. You are what, 23? You know jack shit, kid. You know jack fucking shit. You've experienced the worst in life, and now it can only be better. Well, I guess you could get hit by a truck and lose some limbs and be a vegetable. Okay, I guess it could get worse. But right now, I think the worst of your life is over, and it's only uphill from here. The only reason I have found the strength to keep going is because of family and friends. I honestly say that I am not living for my own sake anymore. I interviewed for an IT job, and if I get it, I'll have to move to interstate to work and study. I'll be alone once again and won't have familial, emotional support. Why should I try and build my life from such a shitty foundation? I can't see myself ever being happy like I once was. I feel like staying in bed and wanting to die. Okay, look. I won't lie to you, kid. I want to beat the fucking shit out of you. I really want to beat the fucking shit. Because I hate self-pitying cunts. And I don't know if you're truly that or if you have a mental disorder. So once again, go talk. But here's what old Captain's going to tell you, okay? You just went through hell. A literal hell. And not an average hell. A worse hell than the average 23-year-old goes through. The girl that you were supposed to marry, your life goals were all complete and wiped away by this thing. Then you send me some pictures, let me see. Because I was expecting to see the Elephant Man. Kid, you look normal. You're healed up, you're fine. Now, I understand going through that is depleting, psychologically depressed. I mean, absolutely. And you have my heart and my pity in that regard. But you got through it. You're normal now. Now, of course, you did lose what you did have back then. I understand that. And there should be mourning. You should be a little bit sad and depressed. I understand that. You wouldn't be human otherwise. But if you're going to let that ruin the remaining, 23, you're not even 33% dead. You're like 27, 30% dead. You have at least 70%, 65% of your life left over. And you don't even know what's out there, and you're willing to throw it away. That doesn't make no fucking sense. You have survived. And I think with your discipline of working out, eating, and meditating, you've developed some skills and some strength and some resilience that any future challenge is going to be kittens compared to what you went through. It's an issue of whether you want to go and live life. Now you're asking, what is the point of life? The point of life is what you said. Is that all there is to life? Yes, that's all there is to life, is living for other people. Family, friends, loved ones. Those are other people are the only thing that matter in life. I don't know how. Read Bachelor Pad Economics if you haven't. The only thing that matters in life is other people. That's who you live for. Yes, you can live for yourself, and you can eat good food, and you can stimulate your six senses, and you engage in love and entertainment through living through other people. I'm not saying vicariously, but you enjoy the company of others. But that's what it is. It's living for other people. Now, you can certainly live for yourself as well. That's where. So you gain hobbies, you gain interests, you get a job, you get a career. But that's what life is about. Now, if that's not enough to get you off of your ass and go pull the trigger and start living life, I don't know what is. And again, go talk to a therapist. But that is life. It's friends. Now, you getting a job and working out of, you're going to go interstate or out of state. I don't know what the vernacular there is in Australia. Yeah, you'd have to start all over again. You're going to have to find new friends again. And that sucks. That's part of life. But look, kid, just because you made it through doesn't mean life is easy. Also now, or it was ever supposed to be easy. I think maybe what you had back in high school misled you into how easy things were supposed to be. I have my girlfriend. We'll get married. I'll have my career. I'll have my job. I scored in the top 2.5. So you got the raw talent. But man, I got a video I think I just published before this one called The Importance of Lowering Your Expectations. They lie to you. I mean, and not only were you lied to by everybody, not maliciously either, but we blow smoke up to the youth's ass to make them believe that they're going to have these great lives when they're not. You had two huge things, even misleading you to think that you're going to have an even better life than before. You're going to become a lawyer. You had this girl that you were going to marry. You knocked out two huge, if not the two most major questions you had to answer in your life that take some men 40 years to figure out. Who am I going to marry and what am I going to do? Well, now that was taken away, but and I understand that is devastating to lose your life, but your life isn't over yet. It barely started. Okay? So you have the discipline through your working out and all that. You have the intelligence. You're in the top 2.5% of the country. You just got to start coming up with a plan, and you got to execute it. And you sitting there, I guarantee you, you're sitting there all mopey and sad, legitimately as it may have been because of your previous illness. It's gone now. All right, and that is what's keeping you down. You've got to go out and do things. I mean, the working out, do you feel better after you work out? Chances are you probably do. That's because you're giving yourself agency. You're tricking your body into thinking it has agency. Go hang out with your friends once or twice a month. When I was 23, I was hanging out every night with my friends. Go out and hang out with your friends. All right, don't worry about chasing girls. They'll come along. That's a whole completely other issue right now. You need to get out and go have. And here's the other thing. How fun are you hanging out I don't want to move again because I won't have my familial support. My gosh, are you dragging them down? Here's what's going to happen. Soon they're not going to, your family, maybe your parents aren't going to want to hang out with you because they too have to go on and find reason and purpose and agency in life. They want to live happy lives. They don't want some emo kid that they're constantly depressed around. It is up to you. Your purpose and agency in life is to become a better person, is to become a happy person. And that takes time and effort. But it's to become a person that people want to be around and hang out with. This doesn't mean you become happy, cheery, faking it. But go out and do something. Go into IT. Yeah, get your ass back into school. Absolutely. Go work some job. You could get a job too, and then maybe it doesn't matter whether you go to school full time or work part time, or work full time and go to school part time. Do some fucking thing, all right? Because if I was staying at home and all I did productive wise was work out and meditate, that's not enough. You are a human. You need human interaction, and you need to go out and do things like hobbies, career, education, school, something where there are other humans, and then you are mentally and intellectually stimulated, not only with your hobbies and your activities, but the people around you. And then soon you'll find out, now this isn't going to solve itself tomorrow. You're going to need at least a year to go out and figure out shit what you're going to do. But whatever it is, even if you're failing, even if you're not figuring out, well, I tried this IT certification path, I didn't like it, all right? I tried this hobby and I didn't like it. I tried to learn marksmanship and I hate guns. Doesn't matter. The fact you're out there is going to start giving you purpose and agency again, and you're going to interact with people, and then you're like, oh, hey, I feel like going out. Even if you don't feel like going out, get your ass out there. Go take ballroom dancing. Go do something that's fun. Any fucking thing to get out. There's no more of you staying at home moping. None of that. No. You have a regimented schedule. You get your workout, that's good. You do your meditation, that's fine. But then you're doing something else. You're going to fit in a job, so you have money. And then you're going to have a hobby. At least one good hobby. I'd recommend 2. And you schedule them, and you adhere to that schedule. And then after, I guarantee you, at least a month, you'll start feeling better, maybe even a week. But you cannot stay at home and mope. That is death. That is, and not happy death where it's like the end of pain and suffering. It's a miserable, slow, torturous death, right? Get out, enjoy. Okay, here's the other thing. What is the video? I have a video out called Before You Kill... Hang on, let me look it up. Is it Before You Commit Suicide or Before You Kill Yourself? Before You Commit Suicide. Okay, here's a video. It's one of my more popular ones. Watch it, Before You Commit Suicide. It's like look, if you really are going to face death, if you're really committed to going, don't you want to try some cool shit? I mean, you could go on God mode then. All right, so there's all this crazy stuff you could do that because what's the worst? What is the absolute, then you're dead. So please, 1, go talk to a therapist, but 2, you got to get out and you owe it to yourself to at least have a second shot at life because it's like a game reset. You got another quarter. Your face is fine. You got the raw materials and the talents. Things didn't go your first quarter around. You owe it to yourself to at least give it a goddamn shot before you go back and feel mopey and sad. So that is what I'd recommend. What should I try to do? What should I try and build my life from? So set your shitty foundation. I can't see myself being right. What the fuck should? Yeah, that's it, dude. You got to go out and do something, anything. The traditional, typical goals would be career, family, love, and girlfriend. But right now, you're in such a situation that you're not going to be able to offer a girl a husband or a family. You got to find out another reason to live. Nothing says you can't go back to being a lawyer. Why can't you go back to law school? What's wrong with that? IT, that's another thing. You got to go out and find whatever purpose and agency. But purpose and agency and purpose in life does not find you if you're sitting at home moping. All right? So, schedule, including your working out regimen that you already do, and the meditation. Absolutely good idea. 2 good fun hobbies, not boring. I'd recommend ballroom dance just because it's more physical exercise. It's a great way to meet girls, maybe. It doesn't hurt, let's just say. There's issues here in the United States with ballroom dance. And it's also a good intellectual discipline if you're not musically inclined. It's a good thing to get into. And then, I don't know, like, get into a Dungeons and Dragons group or go play if you're a smart guy, here's something that you might like. Try Texas Hold'em poker. Get into some poker games or something. Nothing big stakes, $5 here or there. I found that intellectually stimulating. You meet some really interesting people there. Get a job or go to school. One of the two during the daytime. You're not staying at home, and you're going to start producing something. And then, slowly but surely, you adhere to that regimen. A semester goes by. You're going to not only feel better, but you're also going to have a much better idea of what you want to do in life. You may not have the answer, but you'll have at least the beginnings of a goal. And you're like, that's what I want to aim for. And then you're not going to want to stay at home. You're going to have more. And go see your friends. See therapists and go see your friends. Go meet more friends. Go and hang out. Go and do. Say, hey, because I'll tell you, once you hit 35, your friends go away. And you better be really fucking comfortable with yourself. Because your friends all have children and it's not fun anymore. And then you're back to where you are now. But friends aren't knocking on your door to hang out. You're knocking on their, hey, you want to get a beer? I mean, I'm not fucking joking. Let me ask the wife, dear, can I get a beer with Aaron? It's like, did you just ask your fucking wife if you could get a beer with me? These are problems. These are new problems you will face down the road. Anyway, I hope that helps out. Try it my way once. Get that schedule, get that discipline, see if that doesn't help. But man, yeah, I just see a guy who went through, it's like you went through a war, you made it through the war, and now it's like, okay, you can live your life, and now you're like depressed. It's like, dude, pull the fucking trigger and go live life. Go execute on like some, because it's not going to cost you anything. It just is not going to cost you anything to try. So anyway, best of luck. Go talk to those therapists. Toodles.